Welcome to Tomahawk DIY, everyone. I'm Mike. Today I'm going to show you how to install chair rail right up here at the top of this wainscot and quarter round, which we're going to put in the corners where two walls come together to help fill in the seams. Let's take a look. Okay, let's get ready to put the trim up here along the top, the chair rail, as it can be called. Now, we've got all sorts of variation here from one board to the next, but that's okay. I've got 3/4 of an inch here that can hide it all, so I just need to make sure that I get it nice and level all the way around. Before we put this on the wall, we need to cut a 45-degree angle back here at the corner, and down here at this other end, at the end of the board, we're going to cut an angle as well to help it look a little cleaner as we put the two rails together. Alright, for a corner, we're going to turn this to a 45-degree angle here. Now I've taken and put a filler piece of wood in the opening, or the relief on this trim piece. That's going to help as we cut to keep it nice and square and everything smooth. So that's pretty convenient right there. Alright, here we go. We got everything in there nice and tight. And cut at our 45-degree angle. And voila. Now, as with all saws, make sure you're using proper safety procedures. Don't use it if you're not comfortable with it. I can't be responsible for any actions you take. Now I've flipped this around. I'm going to cut a 45 here as well to help the next piece of chair rail snug up to it really nicely. Got my filler piece back there. Check my cut location. Everything looks good. And there we go. Another nice 45-degree angle. Alright, so here's that 45 we cut. Fits nicely into the corner there. Now for the wall over here, I need to measure the length of that and get a 45 cut for the corner right here. We may find that we're not quite square at this wall, in which case this might not be two 45s. May need to be a little bit adjusted ever so slightly in order to get it to fit together nicely. Alright, looks like I've got 33 1/4. So I'm going to make sure I get my 45 cut here and put her in place. Okay, let's check out these two pieces fit in the corner. There's one. We got our shorter one with a 45. And they come together pretty nicely here. We're going to have to make sure we get them both at the same height and level. They're looking pretty good here. Alright, so we've put some adhesive on our chair rail. We're going to put just a little more down on the end here. I missed this bit. Okay, with our adhesive on, we'll set this in place and then we'll make sure it's level before we nail it in. We're getting some adhesive coming out the top here, so we're going to clean that off. And we'll check how we're doing level-wise. It's looking pretty good. So it's a good thing I had my level check in here. We were not looking too good down at this end. That would have left a kind of wavy chair rail. Alright, got adhesive on the back side of this one. With the corner here, I want to make sure that the corner, that this piece stays level with the longer one that we just put in place. So that may necessitate keeping it up off the beadboard. Alright, with that in place, we'll go ahead and put the brads in here. Double check it. Still looks good. Alright, we're using this filler piece here to help fill in the gap while we cut a 45-degree angle for the corner. Alright, let's see how it fits. I've got a 45 here that aligns with that 45, and then I've got the 45 this end for the corner. So I got this all the way back in the corner. It's a little bit proud. Sticks out just a bit here. I need to go shave, a small bit, 1/16 inch off maybe. So let me go do that. Okay, I trimmed off the end just a hair. Let's see. Well, that looks good. That looks good. So we'll check the level and get it glued on and put the brads in to hold it in place. Get my adhesive on. I'm going to glue the two 45s together here. Alright, we're going to put a brad in. Clean off some excess adhesive. Okay, so now in the corner here, we're going to put some quarter round in. 90 degrees on the end and rounded nicely like so. As we put this in, you can see it's filling the gap that we've left here. And at the top, we can either leave it exposed as so and just try to paint over it, which will look a little bit unfinished, quite frankly, up here to have a flat edge. So I'm going to show you a little trick, how to put an end cap on here. The first thing we'll do is cut a 45-degree angle, like so. Alright, to cut the 45, on the end here I'm going to adjust my saw to 45 degrees, line it up and cut it right there. There we go. So now we've got a nice point at the end here. Now, let me show you the trick that we're going to do. We're going to take our saw. So we've just turned the saw to 45 the other direction. I'm going to cut a 45 right here. Now with this 45, I need to take and cut it at a 90, right at the point there. So we got a point down here, it comes back to the side. I'm going to cut a 90, straight like that. So we'll turn this, and then line the saw up real carefully here. With my saw lined up, I'm ready to cut. So I've got my little piece, kind of makes a V with the two 45s, slides right over, closes the gap, just like that, makes a nice looking end cap, good finished end. Alright, so I've got my quarter round, I've cut it to length down at the bottom, and put some of our wallboard adhesive on both sides of the 90 degree of the flat part here. A little bit at the top, and then we'll take our magic end cap, set it at the top here. I'm also going to take a little bit of my adhesive and apply it to each side of this cap. Okay, with that we're ready to put this thing in place. So you can do this on both vertical surfaces like we are here, the corner of our beadboard. Be sure to check out my other video on installing all this beadboard if you're interested. Or you can use it on quarter round at the floor level as well. I'm going to press this into place and then shoot some nails in to help hold it while the adhesive dries. With it squared nicely at the top here, put our nails in. These are an 18 gauge brad. Alright, with this in place, make sure it's pinched in. I'm not putting a nail in this end piece here for fear of breaking out the entire cap. Applying some pressure, make sure it holds the adhesive. And then I'm going to clean up this excess adhesive before it dries on me. Okay, thanks so much for watching Tomahawk DIY, everyone. I'll try and include any links, maybe affiliate links, and that sends a small commission my way, which goes toward helping support the mission of Tomahawk DIY, which helps people in some of Earth's most dire circumstances build better lives. So, hope you found this helpful. Subscribe to my channel, and have a great day.